Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Jeremy from Randolph Running Club, and today we're back for another episode of Into the Marathon. This is episode 3, and today we're talking about running with courage. After this.
I can see again.
Thank you so much for making it through that intro scene right there. That is a run from earlier today. It was an interval run where I did a 10-minute kind of recovery pace jog to start off and warm up, leading into 3 sets of 10-minute threshold interval pace runs with 2 minutes of recovery jogging in between, and then a little bit of a cool down. And what that ultimately was 5.54 miles at 8 minutes and 19 seconds per mile average pace. And it was about 81 degrees out today, pretty warm in Miami, Florida, very humid as typical, but hey, you got to do it, right? If that's where you're from, that's where you're running, that's what you got to do. So, as I said in that intro scene, today is Into the Marathon episode 3, and we are talking about running with courage. Now, when I say running with courage, you might be thinking, what does that mean? How do you run with courage? It's just, do you run fast? Do you run slow? What is it? So I'm kind of going to talk to you about how, as my marathon training has progressed and it's gone on, just how I'm dealing with the adversity and understanding how to run my own race and really pace myself and listen to the things that I need to get the most out of this training block. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. So this is going to be a pretty short episode, but I just wanted to really talk to you guys about kind of how training has been going, give you this update. I think I'm on week 5 right now. That sounds about right. Out of I'm not actually sure. I should check that and look. I'll have it up on the screen how many weeks total this training block is. But point of the story, the first couple weeks were definitely pretty low key. It was pretty relaxing. I still remember that first week. I had come off of a 40-mile week, and the training plan only called for me to run like 20 miles. So it just felt very easy. I felt very in control. The paces were nice and easy. There weren't too many threshold runs or tempo or anything like that. Intervals, just those really tough runs. It was just easy paces. I had one fartlek, so that was a little bit on the harder side, but it wasn't a difficult run by any means. Second week start to introduce intervals and things like that, and you could kind of see it ramping up, and ultimately that got me to where I am this week, where I'm talking about running with courage, because ultimately now I'm to a point where I'm doing 3 speed sessions a week, which seems like a lot. I feel like, it's definitely been pretty exhausting, It's kind of taking me back to those feelings that you have when you're running on a team or something in high school or college or whatever, and you're kind of just always a little bit sore and always a little bit tired, but you just keep pushing through because that's what the coach is asking for you to do. But that being said, I have 3 speed sessions this week. Just did the interval run today. I have a recovery run tomorrow. Another speed run on Thursday. A day off on Friday. Praise the Lord. And then finally, there will be another speed run on Saturday before my long run on Sunday, which will be the longest run I've ever done, 2.5 hours. Looking forward to it, but also a little bit of trepidation there. And the reason why I have that trepidation and why I titled the episode what I did today was because on Sunday, I had a long run, and it was coming off of a week where I had kind of added mileage. So I think the program had me kind of stepping down mileage a little bit. And it was only an hour and a half run, right? So that's a run distance or amount of time running on the road in this exact kind of weather that I'm running in that I am so accustomed to. I mean, I've done hour and a half runs. It feels like forever. I mean, I've been running that amount of time since, I was in high school. So I went out there and I think I was a little bit cocky and I said, hey, this is going to be fine. I ran 2 hours, 15 minutes the week before. I had a speed session the day before, and it's an easy pace run for that long run. So I said, hey, I'm just going to be able to go out there and kind of wing it. I brought 20 ounces of water, didn't stretch particularly well. And just, I think I got a little bit too ahead of myself, feeling a little bit too cocky. But the part where I think I really had to kind of draw my line in the sand and do something different and realize that I needed to run my own race and be my own coach, because you are your best coach at the end of the day. You are the one who knows your body and what you are going through better than anyone ever will from the outside. So, I was out on that run and I think I was going towards Miami Beach. I must have been in like North Bay Village at the time. And, I got to the halfway point. I felt pretty strong. I think I was running around like a 9 minute per mile pace. So like definitely within like my easy range, or what definitely feels like an easy effort for me. And according to heart rate, seemed pretty normal. It was in, the low 140s. And when I got to my turnaround point, I was coming back towards my home and I found that I was just feeling really exhausted. It was, it was pretty hot. I think when I left, it might have been like 84, 85 degrees. I got a little bit of a late start to the day. And I just brought regular water with me. I didn't bring, normally I'll go on a run, I'll freeze some coconut water the night before or freeze like a Gatorade mix or just something like that to make sure that I'm kind of getting those nutrients in as I'm sweating them out. And what I found was that during this run, I was just kind of drinking the water and I was feeling okay. I'm kind of going, I'm doing my thing. And before I knew it, once I hit like that 6.5 mile mark, I said, man, my legs are shot. I am so tired. I'm sweating out all this, whatever I had the night before and everything. And I just didn't feel well. I just felt very, very tired and heavy and lethargic. And, where I feel like I ran with courage was the fact that I said, hey, you know what? I'm not too ashamed. I'm going to walk. I'm going to stop mid-run and I will take some time to walk and kind of get myself right again before I start running again. And, that worked like a charm. Once I got to the 7 mile mark, I walked for maybe half a mile, kind of got, the air back into my lungs, feeling a little bit better. I mean, I was still very exhausted, very tired, but that was enough of a walk break for me to be able to, run another half mile. And then I walked maybe a quarter and then another half I ran, etc. And, at the end of the day, if somebody looks on my Strava and they see this run, they're going to say, wow, man, this guy, his pace was so slow, much slower than what I'm used to him running. He's usually running miles at like 7 whatever minute pace or 8 minute pace. And this run is 9:45. It's 10 minutes. And, to that, you just got to say, hey, you have to do what's the best for you. You have to be smart about your own training and your own body. And for me, I knew that I didn't feel right. I knew that the sun was really taking its toll on me. Me running against the wind, towards the beach, was just hectic. And that humid air was really making me exhausted. And I just think at the end of the day, you have to have the courage to run your own race. So whether that is you training with a partner and your partner saying, hey man, we got to push the pace, we got to go, and you're doing whatever, a 13-mile training run or something like that at an unsustainable pace, you need to be the one to pump the brakes on that and just say, hey, I understand, like this is a valiant effort that I want to put in, but some days you might not have it the same way. And you have to realize that on those days, when you really have your character tested, you have to kind of pump the brakes so that you can sustain and continue training healthily and not get injured or risk anything. Because I know for a fact that if I kept pushing the way that I was feeling, I would have probably had like a pulled my calf or a hamstring or something. My legs just felt very tight, and I think I was extremely dehydrated. Didn't have the nutrients I needed. So, I would have paid the price ultimately. So, that's what I have for you guys. I think if there's one takeaway from today's message, it is run with courage in all that you do. Don't let anybody encourage your path. you dictate the path that you run on. And obviously, you know, if you have a coach, your coach is going to be pushing you to do the best that you can. And there's going to be times where you're going to be uncomfortable, and it's okay to be uncomfortable. But if you are to a point where you are scraping by being injured, essentially, you're close to it, you have to know when to stop and when to call it win. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for just, you know, being a part of this channel, making it to the end of this video. Let me know how you guys run with courage down in the comments. I'd love to have a conversation with you. And look out for another shoe review coming out later this week. And you know, we're going to keep it rolling with Into the Marathon and keep updating you guys on this training. I have a half marathon time trial that I'll be doing pretty soon, so I'm really looking forward to that. That's when we're really going to know if we're on pace for the 3:30 marathon. And yeah, just, you know, stay blessed, inspire others, and stay safe out there, guys. Have a great day.